You know what? It's really interesting that Universal's not really doing, but they technically can, probably. I'm not sure if there's like a legal issue of not of letting them in the same world or not, but they own quite a bit of classic stuff that they can make it into a whole series, mashing the worlds together. But you know what worlds I'm talking about? I'm talking about Curious George and Woody the Woodpecker, Felix the Cat. I'm not 100% sure about Popeye, but maybe, I'm not sure. It's a weird thing. But definitely those. And to me, they probably got more profit for trading a sports commentator from Disney and trading it for the Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, because that's what they did. Universal had Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, but Disney wanted it because Walt Disney was a co-creator of them, so they wanted that. And Universal wanted Disney's ESPN sports commentator, yada yada yada. But I wonder if Universal made some Oswald the Lucky Rabbit cartoons, how well they would have done from just kind of looking like Disney's character, but technically not being Disney and all that stuff. I wonder. But of course, that's the thing. And I think if they were gonna make a show or movie or like a special event type of thing for a combination of Felix the Cat, Curious George, and Woody the Woodpecker, and probably putting some DreamWorks and Illuminations characters in there, or whatever character they happen to technically own. To me, that would be interesting. But for now, I think they should do something with Felix the Cat, because DreamWorks still technically owns them. Because Woody the Woodpecker, they have some stuff that they still kind of use. They not really recently, but I think it's 2010s that they used him for a live action reboot movie. It didn't really work out, but at least they used him. But definitely Curious George they still use for making Peacock Originals for Curious George. And I think they own the Where's Waldo, like, license for making animated stuff. Not sure if the live action thing would make sense, but that would be kind of interesting, I guess, if they can pull that off. Where's Waldo live action? But yeah. All I'm saying is it's interesting that they're not utilizing the characters that they own, as Disney would use everything that they own, either from a bad thing or a good thing, like using them so much that it's like milking the franchise, and that's crazy. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Just for Universal to use the things that they own, because some people these days don't even know that they technically own a lot of this stuff. And of course, the whole question is if Universal would be the guys to buy Warner Brothers now. Because originally, before Disney got Fox, Disney was thinking of getting Warner Brothers, but since they barely got Fox, I doubt that could have ever really happen. So I don't think they had a chance even before getting Fox. But well, either Universal or CBS or whatever buys Warner Brothers. Lionsgate would be kind of interesting, but they don't really have like a whole bunch of stuff. They're technically a big studio, but not like big enough to, unless they buy Warner Brothers and they utilize some Lionsgate stuff and put it in Cartoon Network. I don't know, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Sorry for rambling and changing the subject a few times, but overall, I think they need to use Felix the Cat a lot more and utilize some of the other stuff, classic characters that they own, and probably reboot that one adult cartoon that kind of copied, that kind of like poked fun at 8-bit games, like it was kind of sitcom, but all the characters were 8-bit and they referenced a lot of video games in it. If they reboot that and kind of poke fun of modern day games, or poke fun of how these days games end up looking 8-bit, 2D, 3D kind of thing, and they kind of poke fun at that, or something like that would be kind of interesting. And if the Homestar Runner company wanted to work with them, that'd be cool too. Well, yeah, that's it. I just hope Universal implements the things that they own. Kind of obvious, but they're not really doing that. Well, yeah.